So hello YouTube. Today we're going to I'll be building a Type 4 Cheeto Japanese tank. I've already done the track. It's in the video. It's linked here. And unfortunately, because my old computer broke, the first part of the build, which is some of the hull, got erased. So that part is gone, and I can't redo it because it's already built. But the rest of it I have, and this video will be from the beginning of the build to having the hull, the big parts of the hull done and painted. There'll be 2 more videos coming. The second one will be with the turret. The third one will be the finishing. So thanks for watching.
We'll put these supports on. 2 or 3. Trying to get ready for preliminary painting. So we want to get some of the suspension on that goes underneath, but the wheels and the arms will be painted on the tree and then put on. So the 3 of these arms on each side, and supports. They're the arms for the support rollers. Try to make sure they're kind of straight, at least kind of straight. Look at the other picture here. It seems like they would go the other way around, actually. No, looks like the bar is pointing down. Yeah, I got some glue here. It's not such a big problem because you put a little brown on it and then it's dirt. There's also a few strings here, but that comes off pretty easily with the fingernail. I've also seen some people use hair dryers and dry over it, go over it with the hair dryer, and then it melts all the little strings. If you got some of them. Shade these real quick and get them on the other side. Then I think we'll be ready for the preliminary painting. We paint the bottom of the hull, the parts that will be covered by other parts. I do that first, and then I get it together and paint the rest. You know, except for the turret. The turret I paint separately as a whole, for the most part, so you can get the bottom of the turret as well. You don't want to paint the 2 pieces together so much, but you still want to end up aligning the paint when the turret's straight ahead, that it matches up with the whole camo. This is what I do. Usually that's how they are, at least in my experience. Looks pretty straight. Double check the instructions here, make sure I didn't miss anything. There should be paint to go on. The wheels will build separately. I did miss something important. Gotta get the hubs back off. There's a pin that goes into the hub. I didn't see that. Concentration really isn't my thing anymore. That works. Not damaged. So it should be J3 times 2. This pin here. It looks like it could move. You can put this pin in without glue in it. The problem is the support roller on the back doesn't move, so that kind of ruins the whole thing. You can put that in, it moves. This one is glued in, and you can't not glue it in, so it doesn't move. But since it's rubber track, it can still slide over everything, so it could still move on the model, I guess. I mean, it's not really it's not that important that the track moves, I guess. It's kind of a nice thing when it does, but it doesn't have to. When you have single piece track, it doesn't anyways. Even though single piece track sometimes looks better, I can never get it straight. There's always a part in it that doesn't match up with the rest. And I just don't know if I'm doing it wrong or what, really. Maybe I should, because I've seen people use jigs. It helps to get lined up, I guess. I don't know. Okay, take a look again. So we have this, we have this, we have these and these. Yeah, that's the other side. And yes. I'm going to paint these all separately while it's on the tree, before I put anything on. So all this will be all painted before it's put together. So I got all these parts that are steady parts that aren't covered by anything, that are covered by something, on the kit. All the wheels, sprockets, and everything will be painted on the trees and then put on, as well as the bottom of the hull will be painted. And that's the next step. So before we start with any painting, I want to attach the top of the hull as well. And then we can paint the patches all at one time on the hull. Because it goes like the green goes here and around the front. So I want to do all this at one time. And then I'll go onto the trees and paint, both sprockets are green. So this one shows, yeah, both sprockets are green. And there's like a green band here, and a green band here. And I'll do all that at the same time. And then later I'll build the turret and do that as well. So right now, we're going to start here with step 8. This is what I said. I have to take care to get this off without damaging the hull, because it's so thick. Shave it down a little bit. I would like to play some music while I do this, but I don't want to get in trouble. We have fenders, but they're flat fenders. They don't go over the track, so it won't be a problem to get the track on later. When you have separate fenders, when you have fenders that overlap the track, then that can be a problem, putting them on first. It's a little bit bent here. I don't think I did that either. Should be able to unbend it with a screwdriver and get it to stick. Or with a knife. Yeah, that's better. It actually has vents, but then on the other side you see nothing, which is kind of a waste of effort for the company. So I'll put some black up in here. It won't really be seen anyways. The machine gun can be a problem. Assemble the hull. Well, the front plate comes from outside, so I can do that later. Assemble this first, and then I can do the front plate of the hull as a separate piece. That's not any problem really, I don't think. And we need then these two fenders here. Some mounts here for something. Oh, for the exhaust, I believe. It says option up. Detail option up. But how can that be when those parts have to go there, I think. If not, then where do you mount the exhaust? Unless it comes later. It's my first fine mold kits. Maybe there's something I don't understand about the instructions. The fit seems to be really good, though. Really good. Seen a lot worse. So a couple more details to do. Put these hatches on the front. And the shackle things here. Do the shackles later, so paint them separately so they rotate still. The exhaust will come last, along with the jack and other jack goes there. Here, H12, that can go on. That's the holder for the jack. This will go over the tools so it'll come later. We can put this box on already. I don't like to let them dry before you get it on, because then you can align the parts a lot better. Make sure it sits right onto the hull. So, do the shackles. Well, not the shackles, but the shackle. I don't know what they're called. They're the holders for them. These are the holders for the tow cables. There's two sets. There's the ones on the hull, and then there's other clamps that go on top. So we'll put the ones on the hull. The ones that go on top have to be done afterwards. It looks like there's armor plates that go over the vents here as well. So they can be put on. They have armored vents. That's pretty good idea. I hear this is the weakest part of the tank. And putting armor plates back there, that's a pretty good idea. And now it looks like we're ready for some preliminary painting on the hull. The rest of the details have to come later. So a point on painting. I was looking at the Type 97 I built. I think it turned out pretty well, but I made a big mistake. I did look at what colors I should use. For one, this beige color is too dark. It should be a little lighter. The green is okay and the brown is okay, but the brown could be darker too. This is a Revell 39 dark green and Revell 82 red brown. This is Model Master Armor Sand. It should be lighter, more yellowish. The yellow stripe, this is supposed to be, they did away with the yellow stripe after 1942. And this is a late war camouflage pattern, so it shouldn't have the yellow stripe. But I was following the instructions on that part, so yeah. Instructions, sometimes you gotta really look. And I didn't really look. But I think it still looks pretty good, despite that. And this one's going to be similar. I'll be using the same Revell green. But for the brown and the beige, I ordered Humbrol paints. They're not here yet. But we can start with the green already. So I got the a gun tube for it today. Metal barrel from Fine Molds. We're going to start painting the green. Still waiting for the other paint. There's a lot of green on it, so we'll start with that. It's only showing green in the upper part of the hull. The top view and the back view doesn't match. And that is almost all the green on the whole tank. Since no green goes underneath on the suspension, except for here, a little bit just on this forward sprocket, then it's easy to go all around the tank. But when it goes underneath, which what I don't understand, from what I read, the base color was green, so then the underside should be green. I don't understand that really. Why is the base on this one beige or hay color? So now we're going to use this Humbrol Middlestone and paint the beige on the hull. So once that side dries, then we can do the other side. So, I'm going to the other side now. Go ahead and paint the road wheels too. 4 of the road wheels are brown, the rest are beige. The brown back here is already pretty dry. Have to be careful here, and the bottom is a little wet still, but it's enough where I can start on this side back here.
Now what we're going to do to finish off this video is we're going to put the road wheel arms on. They're multi-piece parts, not just one piece, so it could be a little longer than I'm used to. A lot of times they come with a single piece, but here the front and the rear have 3 parts. In the middle 2 have 2 parts apiece. So these covers have to go on after the wheels. It says that in instructions too, but I was trying to get some painted, so I put them on first. Not so bad, I still got it in there. So as far as putting the road wheels on, the road wheel arms, you gotta put them on before you put these covers on. I had some trouble getting the shocks in there, but I got them in there. This one broke off. It's here somewhere. I'll find it and glue it on. In the instructions, it says you should put all of them together first and then glue them on. But to get them aligned right, because once you have to get this side in here, and then the road wheel arm in here. So I would do, the first one and glue it in so you can line it, and the second one like that, one at a time. Same here, 4 and 5. Do 4, glue it on. Well, here it says 1 again. And these don't really matter, but the road wheel arms do. Do 2, glue it on. Do 3, glue it on. Do 4, glue it on. Do 5, glue it on. I think it's better that way. Then you can get the shock aligned in the hole with the road wheel aligned in the hole. Because if you build them all first, then the glue might be too dry to do. Hope everybody can see that. That should be okay. Here, 1, first road wheel, and glue it on. The second road wheel, glue it on, like that. Yeah. I think it's better. So that's all for this video. Next we'll be working on the turret, getting it glued together, getting it painted. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.